If you're a solo content creator, your workflow might be slow because your files live everywhere. NAS fixes that. Today, I'll show you my exact workflow, working with my NAS system, how I plan, record, edit, and publish my videos with little friction. Yes, there's friction. With little friction. So I've created content for over a decade. I started on my YouTube channel about 2015 thereabout. And the biggest unlock for me was not the cameras I've bought over the years. It was centralizing my files in one place and automating the boring part of managing my content. My stack is simple: Notion for planning and organizing, OBS for recording, or sometimes I record directly with camera like I'm doing for this one with my Canon R8 with 35mm f1.8 lens. You can go for something more budget or even use your mobile phone for recording. And I also use an Elgato prompter, not the Excel version, an Elgato prompter for my scripts. And I also use my Synology NAS for my video storage, for my backups and everything. And my DaVinci Resolve Studio Edition with proxies for speed, Canva for my thumbnails, vidIQ for titles, tags, and optimization of my videos. So let's walk through the steps. The first one is that I plan in Notion. For any ideas, for anything I want to do, I put it in Notion. I use a repeatable checklist for my script, my scenes, and my schedules. I keep it all in one place in what I call the content database. Yes, I've released a simple Notion database system for content creators who want to get started because my current system is a lot to handle. I'll look at simplifying it and sharing also openly in the market for people to download, but that is what I currently use. And I move something from recording to recorded to editing. I have the entire workflow, not just only for videos, but also for my Instagram post, my blog post, my podcast. Everything is managed inside of Notion. And what I do is that I batch record. Yes, I set a day aside to record 5 to 10 videos. Yes, I'm that extreme. Depending on what I'm doing, I might record in OBS or use direct camera recording like I'm doing right now and then do sound sync later on. But for beginners, if you can, try to use OBS because you're just recording once and publishing. But for me, because I want a more buttery, smooth, little bit of pro editing to my content, so I record audio separately, video separately, my B-roll separately, and then I merge everything in my DaVinci Resolve. So OBS, camera, record multiple videos in one sitting or standing in my case. Now, for managing my footage, once I'm done recording, automatically, I have an app on my computer which I wrote by hand in C# because I'm a developer also. I put my SD card in my system. If I'm doing OBS, it goes to the drive already because it records the computer. If I'm using my camera, insert my SD drive to my computer, click that app, and it moves my video files to the video sourcing folder, which I then sort out later on using the file naming system I put inside of my Notion plan because I need to know the names of the footage. I need to know the order in which I recorded them. I also rename my files to match whatever video I'm recording so that I can sort them out later on. And I record in order so I can track them properly. And I sort in descending order of file creation because that is essential to keep my brain tidy. And for editing my videos, once I start editing rather, because I use DaVinci Resolve, I move the video to editing phase. My DaVinci Resolve setup is pretty simple. I use it on two computers. My desktop computer, because it's more powerful, and my laptop. DaVinci Resolve Studio. You can use the free edition and get away with a lot of it because, to be honest, the free edition has a whole lot of features that you can actually use without having to go pro. I use the Studio edition because I use some of the AI features that I need to optimize my workflow and edit my videos much faster. And what I do is that once I start my editing process, I generate proxies. Even before I start, really, I generate my proxies, put them in a shared folder on my NAS system so that both my desktop and my laptop can access the same folder so that my project structure is the same from computer to computer. And my project library, shocking, lives on my NAS. I use my Synology drive system to actually sync my projects from computer to computer. This year I experimented with using DaVinci Resolve Cloud. For some reason, it sort of hampered my workflow a little bit. It's great, to be honest. It's a very great system, but it sort of hampered my workflow, especially when I'm on the go and I have no internet connectivity. Yes, I sometimes travel on the train, no internet, I can't work on my projects, which kind of sucks for me. I should have just driven if I can't do anything while commuting. So I moved my project system to my drive local NAS system, synchronized through Synology Drive, and it's something I keep on my computer 24/7. So whenever I create a project on my desktop or my laptop, they are synced across and I can see everything all in one place. So I generate proxies. So even so, when I'm editing, my laptop does not get power hungry and all those kind of stuff. So that sort of works for me. For editing my videos, my workflow for that is also pretty nice. I have something called a power bin in DaVinci Resolve that has all my sound effects, my music, my videos, my images, references, and all that I use across all of my projects in the power bin. It's something I think comes in the Pro edition. I keep that. That does not leave. I don't reference that through the SMP. I reference that to the local drive synced to the Synology NAS because I need that always on 24/7 for my projects. And once I'm done editing, I use the AI system in DaVinci Resolve to tune out the audio, do the music, do the EQs and stuff because I don't want to worry about all that stuff. And once I'm done, I export it to my video export folder in Synology NAS that is synced across. So I export it locally on the computer, syncs to my Synology system, and uploads that video to YouTube automatically. Once the video is uploaded, I move the status to edited, and then I run an AI agent inside of Notion to help me generate titles and thumbnail options and descriptions. Because I also exported the timestamps of the video, I put that also in the video description. If you see video timestamps, everything is sort of automated. It makes my life a little bit easier. Then I go design my thumbnails, do A/B testing for publishing the videos, and work done. And then I share it across my various social media platforms. And that's my workflow essentially. And a NAS system comes into the flow because it helps me keep a sanity of order between shooting and publishing. So between shooting and publishing, a NAS system helps me that. But my workflow goes even beyond the NAS, but the NAS is very central to that system. Yes, I might not love the Synology system that much anymore, but it still works for me. And it's still probably going to work for me because I'm going to use it till it drops. That's me. When I buy something, when I invest in something, I'm going to use it until it pays for itself over and over and over again. That is my thinking around getting the device. So that is my workflow. That is NAS system in the workflow. It helps me centralize all my systems, and it helps me edit less effort and publish with less efforts. And everything I mentioned in this video, I'm going to drop the links to them in the video description so you can check them out in case you're interested in getting either one of them. Currently, I'm shooting this video with a Canon R8. I used to use the Canon R8 for my main videos, but now sort of a camera on the main rig setup where I do my video editing. And I use, this is the Fifine Tank 1. This is my Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i. This is the Nestream MIX40U. This is my Yoga Pro mouse. I have a Rode mic on the Canon, so I can use that to sync my audio. Elgato prompter for my scripts. My NAS behind me, right here, where my files are going to right after shooting this video, and Notion for every other thing. Sort of makes the life easier for me. That is my workflow as a video creator at the tail end of 2025. Solo content creation. It's a lot of work, but it works. Yes, it does. If you plan it right. I'll see you again in another video. Goodbye.